Hello, my namaskars to everybody. In my previous two videos, we were discussing about the potency of the mantras, misconceptions and reality. In that video, I mentioned that we are all connected with the universal energy or the Brahman or the Supreme Spirit. We are connected with the universal energy or the Brahman by a code-like energy which enters into our body through the crown of our head. And of course, this energy pervades in every atom of our body or in every cell of our body. Of course, in our body, there is the energy named soul. You may wonder where the soul exists in our body. It is a foolish question because the soul energy or the energy of the soul or the soul itself is pervaded through the cells, pervaded through every cell of our body, every atom of our body. This conscious energy, the conscious energy of the soul, pervades through every atom or every cell of our body. So always in our body there is energy, the spiritual energy, which is called soul, and at the same time this soul is connected by a thread with the universal energy. In my previous video I explained how the thread or the cord-like energy comes from the expanse, that is from the Supreme Spirit, and enters into our body through the crown of our head, and also we can feel it by some practice, some days practice. That also I told you, that by sensitizing your hand, by rubbing like this for 10 or 15 minutes, just if you pass your finger, index finger like this, you can feel it, a slight blockade. It will seem as a slight blockade. You can feel it, but within 2-3 days you cannot feel it. For 10 or 15 days, continuous practice is needed, required. Now, at this juncture, it will be relevant to observe the concept of Kundalini sakthy or the serpentine energy. This concept of Kundalini and sakthy or serpentine energy is much talked about, and many speakers of this concept claim that they know it, they have achieved it, etc., misleading the hearers of the concept of the speech. That is, they are speaking lots about the Kundalini energy, Kundalini sakthy, that it is latently it is lying at your Mooladhara chakra, that is just below the tip of the backbone. This is in the form of energy. This energy is just like a snake coiled, lying in 3.5 coils, and this should be raised up to the crown. Then this energy will, this Kundalini Shakti will, or this serpent will come up and join with the reach, the Sahasrara chakra, at which point you will get union with the God, etc. This is utterly a misconcept, a misconstruing or a misleading explanation. There are so many books on it, and also so many people are now offering to raise the Kundalini energy, and thus they claim that they can make you realize the God, that they can make you join with the divine power, etc. This is completely misleading. What is this Kundalini energy? I said that the soul in the form of energy is spread through our body, spread through every cell of our body, this conscious energy. And at the same time, we are connected with a cord like energy with the Supreme Entity. Now, let us see what happens when we exert our body, when we move. That is, when we utter a word, or if we speak, or if we walk, or if we sit or stand, of course we have to exert the muscles. So, suppose you are uttering a word, from the base itself, the muscles starts working. That is, some effort is exerted on the muscles, but we are unaware of it. When we move or walk or do any activity, or we are speaking, of course, the muscles at our base itself starts working upwards. And it moves like moves rhythmically at its vibrations, the muscles movements. That is, when we move the muscles or strain the muscles for any activity we do, what happens is the muscles shrink, expand in a rhythmic way, or just like a wave-like mode. So it means that a snake's or a serpent's movement is also like this, wave-like movement. So that is why the energy in us, in our body, this conscious energy, the movement of the energy upwards is compared to a serpentine movement. That is why this Kundalini Shakti is compared to, this Kundalini Shakti is called serpentine power. Actually, there is no serpent or serpentine energy in our body. Whenever we speak or whenever we do any activity, actually, the energy or the muscle movement or the vibration of this work, any activity, is starts from foot to head. If you move, what happens? Muscles shrink, then expand, shrink and expand. So its vibrations will be felt from foot to crown itself. Foot to crown. So this Kundalini energy, this conscious energy is always innate us. Because we are alive. The energy of the soul and also the connection between God and us. So this energy is always there. If there is no energy, if this active energy is not there, what will happen? We will be dead. We will be dead. There won't be life in our body. So actually what is said by some speakers, that by meditation, etc., we can raise this Kundalini energy from our Muladhara chakra and raise up to the crown, and thus we will achieve the realization of God, etc., is utterly wrong. I think that now you have understood what is meant by Kundalini energy. The energy in our body, the energy of the soul, which pervades through every cell of our body, is called the Kundalini energy, the Sakthy. The Sakthy. This is the Kundalini energy. So please understand that. And this energy pervades through all our body. Now, What is Kundalini Yoga? So, I have already told in my previous videos that we are in this universe, the universe which is provided by the universal energy or the universal conscious energy or the Supreme Spirit through every being, whether animate or inanimate things. And we are also part of this world. We are also dwelling inside the universal energy or the Supreme Spirit. Not only that, and also we are connected by an energy cord, by the Supreme Spirit, by an energy cord. With the Supreme Spirit we are connected. Now, what is to be done? How can we achieve the Kundalini Yoga? That is it. It is not raising the Kundalini energy or the serpent or the snake from the Muladhara to the crowd. It is not like that. Already we are, already there is the energy in our body, and this energy is always active. This Kundalini energy is always active. That is, if it is inactive, of course, we will be dead. Even for breathing, we have to get energy. So the soul is there. The soul energy is there. Now, what is realization of God, or what is union with the God? How we can realize the union with the God? So the Kundalini Shakti is within us, pervading through all cells of our body from foot to the crown. Then what is to be done is only we have to activate the connection between the Supreme Spirit and us. We are already connected by a thread. A spiritual thread is there in the form of energy. But we are unaware of it, and at the same time it is inactive. It is inactive. So what we have to do is we have to activate the connection between the God and us. If it is activated, if it is perfectly activated, then we can say that we have achieved the Kundalini Yoga. The Kundalini Yoga. Our energy is energy with the connection between our energy and the Supreme Spirit is activated. Then we can say that we have achieved the Kundalini Yoga or a realization of God. And now, how it can be activated? There are many methods. There are, of course, so many methods, just like Yogasana, etc. These Yogasana, etc., which involve certain types of exercises want to take you to the Supreme Spirit or a higher level. The spiritual higher level you will never achieve by doing all those exercises. Of course, it will increase your lung capacity, it will increase your capacity to breathe in more oxygen, etc. Of course, you will feel energetic, but never you will be raised to a higher plane, the spiritual plane. Then what we have to do? We have to meditate. Meditate on the universal energy or the Supreme Spirit. How this is possible? There are certain mantras. Mantras are helpful for activating our connection with the God, the spiritual Supreme. It is to be activated by meditation, and mantras are of course helpful. So there are certain conditions when we meditate upon mantras or the universal power. If we want to achieve, if we want to realize the Supreme Spirit, or if we want to activate the connection between us and the Supreme Spirit, of course, meditation is the best way. And for meditation, of course, before meditation, we have to do certain things. The first thing is that you shouldn't be greedy. There are 6 things which we have to give up completely according to scriptures. What are they? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Scriptures, Indian scriptures say that we have to give up all these 6 things. If these 6 things are given up or controlled, we can achieve the union with the God. We will be raised on a higher plane, spiritually higher plane. We will be led to a higher plane. The scriptures say. What are they? We have to understand it. Kama means desires. The scripture say that we have to give up the desires. It is not possible because desires are only the thing which are the desires which are leading us forward. If everybody is giving up all the desires, then there won't be any human beings, human generation in future. What happens if everybody is giving up desires? Naturally, I won't have any desire to marry. I won't have the desire to procreate children, etc. Naturally, what will happen with us? This generation, when it dies, then there won't be any human beings left behind. So, all the desires need not be given up. The desires should be controlled. We can control our desires. Don't be greedy. So, Kama, Krodha, anger. Anger is also an enemy. It prevents, it's a great blockade on our spiritual progress. So, Kama, Krodha, and Moha. Lobha. Lobha means greediness. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha. Moha means attachment. Attachment. That is my family, my friend, my car, my house, etc. These attachment should be given up. We cannot give up all those desires. That is this attachment. We cannot completely give up the attachment. We cannot escape from the attachment. But this attachment can also be limited. We can control it. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, then Moha, attachment. Mada, that is egotism. Egotism is also a great blockade on your path towards spirituality. And then Matsarya. Matsarya means unharmful competitive spirit. Harmful competitive spirit. Pardon me. Matsarya means harmful competitive spirit. That is the biased nature or partiality. That is Matsarya. Partiality, biased state of mind, or harmful, not harmless, harmful competitive spirit. So what we have to do is, we have to control all these 6 things. So we have to control our desires, greediness, and also attachment with the things we possess. We cannot give it up completely, but we have to control this attachment, the sense of attachment, we have to control it. And we have to remain balanced, unbiased. So it means that desires cannot be completely given up. So it should be controlled. The minimum requirements. We have to give up the greediness. We shouldn't be jealous of others. We should be kind to every being, whether human beings or animal beings or plants. Towards all the things, we should be kind. We shouldn't do any activity which is harmful to others. We shouldn't do any harmful activities towards others. That is, and also never feel jealous about others, and don't be greedy. I am repeating it. Be merciful, be kind, have fellow feeling, have sympathy to others, and only desire what is required. Only desire what is required. Selfishness and greediness should be completely given up. Desire should be controlled. This is the prime condition. This is the prime condition on the way to spiritualism. And now, how the mantras or the universal energy or the Supreme Spirit should be meditated upon. We will start with the syllable Om, and then we will discuss the Gayatri Mantra. Everybody might have heard about the Gayatri Mantra. In India, not a single person who hasn't heard about this Gayatri Mantra. We will discuss it and how it should be meditated upon, etc. We will discuss in the next video. Thank you very much. Namaskaram to everybody.